The first one, folks. Aaron Rodgers, we know he is in Packers training camp. He's out there practicing right now. You'll love to see it. But what they are going to do also to try to, once again, I mean, now the management, now that they have Aaron Rodgers back in the building, they just want to kind of, pamper him and, do all right by him so that he could potentially stay for beyond just this season. I don't see that happening, but, you've got a year to try to convince him, persuade him, so you'll obviously do whatever it takes to do that. So the Packers are going to be trading for wide receiver Randall Cobb, who is on the Texans. Now, the deal hasn't been officially signed because the Packers are still above the salary cap, so they still have to get down. But in principle, the Texans have agreed, the Packers have agreed. Randall Cobb is going to be playing for the Packers this season. They just kind of have to wait and make a move to get that number under the salary cap so they can actually sign Randall Cobb to the squad. So that's going to make Aaron Rodgers happy. Obviously, they have history together. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, was a big voice to get Randall Cobb here. I don't think the Packers just go and be like, oh, let's go get Randall Cobb, if you don't have Aaron Rodgers. So I'm sure Aaron Rodgers truly pushed for that. But let's just go back to see what Randall Cobb has done with Aaron Rodgers. They've played together for multiple seasons, 2011 all the way to 2018. So about 8 full seasons together. Now, the one a little alarming thing is that he only has 1,000-yard receiving season for this Packers team, and that came in 2014 with 1,287 yards. When was the year they won the Super Bowl? It was 2013 when they win the Super Bowl. Let's see. Let's go to playoff game logs, and it was 2010. Oh, so okay. So he was not on the roster when they won their Super Bowl, not part of that Super Bowl team. He came the year after 2011, and, we know that they haven't gone back since that time. So Randall Cobb wasn't part of that championship team, unfortunate, but in only 1,000-yard receiving season. Now, he still has decent yards. I mean, he's putting up, 900 in 2012. He had a couple of 800 seasons, but he's kind of averaging about like 600. So, he's not the A1 tier 1 wide receiver. We also have to take, Randall Cobb's stats with a little bit of grain of salt just because, of their kind of absolute stacked roster anyway. I mean, they had Jordy Nelson from 2008 all the way up until 2017, and Jordy Nelson was basically the one getting 1,000-yard receiving seasons every single year. I mean, he had a 3-year stretch where he had 1,000 plus. I mean, these are great numbers. 2013, 1,300 yards. 2014, 1,500 yards. 2016, 1,200 yards. So, Randall Cobb kind of being the number 2 over there to Jordy Nelson. Now, they both caught for 1,000 yards in 2014, which is absolutely fantastic. We always praise quarterbacks getting, multiple wide receivers in that 1,000-plus yard reception. Teddy Bridgewater just did that last season. Give him some kudos. And we give Aaron Rodgers kudos for doing that in 2014. Also, we have to remember they had Davante Adams from 2014 to all the way up to now. He's still on the squad. But once again, why Randall Cobb's production may have kind of not been the best because he's splitting receptions with Jordy Nelson and Davante Adams, who are always proven. Jordy Nelson and Aaron Rodgers, I mean, that's just classic, wide receiver quarterback matchup right there, connection right there. Davante Adams, Aaron Rodgers, obviously people call Davante Adams the best wide receiver in the league right now, and Randall Cobb just kind of being the nice solid third option out there. He is unfortunately the shortest of all the wide receivers at 5'10". Jordy Nelson was 6'3", so yes, I'm going to him first anyway, and then Davante Adams 6'1", and like we said, you can rank him as the best wide receiver in the league currently. So Aaron Rodgers is just going to get a little bit more help now, so we don't want to be hearing, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have enough help. That's not it, folks. He's got help all day. I mean, he's got Davante Adams, still bringing in Allen Lazard, who had 451 yards last year, but he's 6'5", so I don't understand why Aaron Rodgers is not getting that man more involved. And they have Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who I believe, let's get the number up, 690 yards. Once again, Andy 6'4". So what the hell is Aaron Rodgers doing? You've got height all around you. Throw it up for these guys to go get it, and now you bring in Randall Cobb. So now they're going to basically be having 4 deep wide receivers. They still have Amari Rodgers. I think he's got some good numbers up. No? Well, the man's a rookie, so I guess not. All right. Who's the other Rodgers? Richard Rodgers? Is that who I'm thinking of? Interesting. Yeah, they've kind of got 4 nice wide receivers deep, and they're all tall as heck. I can't believe it. So that's definitely going to help Aaron Rodgers be a little bit more happy, just a little bit more comfortable in the organization. But I mean, folks, we always have to put it back into perspective. This last 48 hours has really just kind of changed everybody's mind on Aaron Rodgers, and everyone's kind of forgot the last 2 months now that Aaron Rodgers is here. And we are going to have to put everything back into perspective. But this is not going to be the one thing that keeps Aaron Rodgers around. This is not going to make Aaron Rodgers sign for a longer deal, in the coming, season or two. Before he decides to demand the trade. This is not going to keep him. He was so unhappy, folks. This is just to get him to the team. This is just to get him to the table. And we know that Aaron Rodgers doesn't really listen to anybody else. He's going to do what's best for him 1,000%, and we've got no shame in that. We don't kind of clown him for that. But, this is not going to make him stay. So let's all relax. I'll see a lot of narratives now now Aaron Rodgers has incentive to stay now that, they bring his, buddy and his ex-buddy in. No, he's still going to walk after this year, no doubt. But he's got all the help now, especially with 2 great running backs, Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon. You've got Robert Tonyan as your tight end. So they've got all the help that they need offensively. This offense should be absolutely magnificent. It was already magnificent the last 2 years, going 13-3. I mean, folks, I don't know. That is so wild that we're talking about teams needing more help after going 13-3 back-to-back years. I don't get how y'all give this man so many free passes and excuses. Look, I'm all about rooting for Aaron Rodgers because he is one of the greatest to ever do it. And that's what we love here on the show. High level talent, going at it every single year, every single game, every single week, every single day. We absolutely love that. But to give this man as many passes and excuses that the national media does, that his fan base does, that social media does, it's absolutely absurd, folks. It's absolutely absurd. This man gets so many excuses for him. But are we looking at his roster right here, folks? Are we looking at his overall stats? He's amazing. He's going 13-3 and choking in the big game. It's not everybody else besides Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers has a huge piece of not going to the Super Bowl the last 2 years. So everyone's Aaron Rodgers needs to win a Super Bowl this year. Everyone's kind of finally agreeing that, they've got enough talent here on this team that it's really kind of sink or swim for Aaron Rodgers. And finally, people are waking up to that narrative, into that just kind of, line of thinking with all the stats and all that, comparing him to other quarterbacks. But geez Louise, I mean, thank y'all for finally, coming to your senses and being Aaron Rodgers kind of needs to get it done this season. So all the pieces are right. He's got what he wants. He has kind of, a great repertoire with already Devontae Adams. You bring in Randall Cobb, who he has history with, and now he's hunky-dory here with this Packers team. So we'll see how he plays. We'll see what his attitude is like, but he is out there practicing today, so you love to see it. Alrighty, now let's go to this. Now, we get, still talking about Aaron Rodgers here, we get a little bit of a inside look on what the true issue was, and we kind of knew this a little bit already, but now we have solid verification from the source, so that's always great. So, Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst, I don't know how to say this man's name, Gutekunst, Gutekunst. It's got to be German. He's got to be German, 100%. So Packers general manager admitted that he didn't give Aaron Rodgers a heads up that the team was going to draft Jordan Love last offseason. Quote, on every side, the communication could have been better. So that is big, and that's, we can, understand Aaron Rodgers' frustration with the organization, definitely. I mean, you're going to draft my replacement and not even fill me in? I mean, shit, if you're going to kind of screw me over, I at least want to know about it so I can be prepared for it. And the Packers weren't even kind of Aaron, we're going to draft a quarterback, but you have nothing to worry about. They just went and drafted a quarterback. That was it. There was no communication there. So we can understand Aaron Rodgers' frustration, a little bit to a T. And that's kind of what we've been saying all offseason. Yes, we understand Aaron Rodgers' frustration with the team and all this, not having the communication, all this, not getting what he wants. Yes, we understand that. But also, you kind of having this big attitude and this kind of big brain that you think you're smarter than everybody, and then going out and publicly kind of harassing your team overall, that's just not the best look. I understand that you can do that. It's not an action. Well, I don't know. I don't know what I would do in that situation. I don't think I would do that, but maybe I would. But it's just like, at some point, you also are right on the cusp of getting it done, and then you don't get it done, and then you use all these, excuses as excuses on why you're not getting it done. And that's just kind of the big thing that we don't like about Aaron Rodgers. He's making excuses on the excuses that are there of why he's not getting it done. And we're just like, well, why can't you still get it done? So we can understand, Aaron Rodgers a little bit more better here, but, he could have just, said this right off the rip, a couple of months ago, and, and even more, because we know this is not the only, reason why he's unhappy with this team overall. All right, and we also get a tad more little kind of quick quotes here by the Packers general manager. So he says that Aaron Rodgers has the same say in personnel as he's always had. Quote, he's earned a place at the table. And, that kind of makes sense in that he just went and, the Packers just went and signed Randall Cobb. Obviously they did that because Aaron Rodgers wanted him. So Aaron Rodgers is still having a solid say in the kind of personnel this department. And that's kind of what we were kind of, talking about yesterday. Now that Aaron Rodgers is here, what is the organization going to do to kind of, make him happy? How much does Aaron Rodgers know that the Packers are trying to make him happy? And, what is he just kind of throwing out there to see what they will do? Like, what's the most they will do? Hey, if I say I want this, this, and this, and this, are they going to go out and get this, 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 and this? Or are they going to get this, and this, and this, not this, or that, and this, and not this, and that? So Aaron Rodgers kind of day one early saying, hey, sign Randall Cobb or I'm out of here. Hey, y'all heard me? Randall Cobb. I want Randall Cobb. And they're like, okay, you got Randall Cobb. What's going to be the next name that Aaron Rodgers wants to try and get that he's going to kind of hold over without kind of saying, I'm holding it over you? What is he going to be holding over this Packers team a little bit? That's going to be interesting to see. All right. The general manager says they are still working on Aaron Rodgers' revised contract. Won't get into details, but says he expects Rodgers to practice today, which he is. He is out there. The general manager said he won't get into Davante Adams negotiations, but says, quote, it's very important for us moving forward, having him as part of our football team and making it work. But like we said, we don't think Davante Adams is going to come back now. There's no reason for this man to come back. I mean, once again, everybody getting clouded judgment over the last kind of 48 hours of this Aaron Rodgers news. Folks, he's still highly upset with his organization. He's just on the field to play the game for his legacy. He needs the rings. He needs the accolades. He needs the stats, he needs the yards, he needs the great completion percentage, and he potentially needs a back-to-back MVP if he wants to compete as the greatest of all time. So he knows he can't take this season off. Everyone's out, everyone's on Twitter these last 2 days saying like, oh my God, now Aaron Rodgers is definitely going to be back next year because they're signing Randall Cobb. Oh, now Davante Adams is definitely going to be back next year because Aaron Rodgers is there. Folks, no, this is a one-time season deal. This is the last dance. We've heard it from the horse's mouth. Both of them. Stop forgetting that. They tweeted the last dance picture, Davante Adams and Aaron Rodgers. They know what this is. They know this is the last ride. Matt LaFleur even knows it's the last ride, but he's trying. I mean, if you have an opportunity to go out and keep Aaron Rodgers, they're going to do whatever it takes to keep him, but we all know Aaron Rodgers is not going to accept anything from this Packers organization. And people are saying, well, if they win the Super Bowl, he'll definitely be back next year. No, he won't. He'll be like, hey, Green Bay, this is for you. See what I could do. See what I could have done all along. And then he leaves. Like, that's a narrative that Aaron Rodgers will 100% play into without a doubt. So win or lose, they lose. Aaron Rodgers is like, see, I can't win here. I just can't win here. They won't let me win here. If he wins there, it's, hey, I won for y'all. See what would have happened if they listened to me earlier. I'm out of here. So don't get clouded judgment over the last 2 days of Aaron Rodgers being there and, smiling and, having a good time and getting his buddy back together. He is still out by 2022, folks. At the end of this season, he will request a trade. That's why they restructured his deal. So Aaron Rodgers could be out next season. I'm going to say it, there's a 0% chance Aaron Rodgers is on this team next season. 0%. So everyone needs to just kind of calm down. Aaron Rodgers, Packers fans, you got to just live it up this year. This is your last year with Aaron Rodgers in a Packers uniform. This is it. No more seasons. No more, oh, well, now he's happy. Everyone's kind of making up for it. Aaron Rodgers doesn't care. He doesn't care about your apologies. If you didn't do it first, without him asking, without him demanding, he doesn't care. He doesn't respect you for doing it when he has to go and ask. So don't get clouded judgment here, folks. Do not kind of have recency bias on this Aaron Rodgers saga. He is 1,000% out next season. So is Davante Adams, honestly. All right. Asked whether Aaron Rodgers can force a trade after the 2021 season, the general manager says, quote, I think what he's done for this organization, he deserves at least the conversation every year about where we're headed, where he's headed. He's earned the right to have those discussions. He's earned those rights, but once again, Aaron Rodgers kind of, forcing these people to go out and say that to make him happy. Once again, trying to get Aaron Rodgers to say, hey, if I say he's got a seat at the table, if I say he's got, a huge kind of say in what we're doing moving forward, what he's doing moving forward, then, he could buy into that. But Aaron Rodgers is not going to buy into that. Aaron Rodgers renegotiated his contract for his freedom next year. That's simple. It's plain, folks. It's right out there in the open. Aaron Rodgers is telling us we just have to go and listen. And I'm listening to the man. So that's where we have on Aaron Rodgers. He's at practice. He's getting one of his buddies back. Davante Adams is back, and they are off and rolling to a hot start in Packers training camp, looking to once again go 13-3 and hopefully have a little bit of a better ending than the last 2 years previous, where they lose in the NFC Championship game.